But yeah, real quick, Bad Kitty. That's TJ Denzer. He's our news editor. Say hi to Bad Kitty 64.
Hi, Bad Kitty 64.
That's Josh. You remember Josh? That's Lola. There's David. There's Donovan. Greg is there.
Greg is here.
There's Greg.
That's my arm.
That's Greg's arm. There's Ozzy.
Oh.
And this is a chair. Blake's over there.
That's a chair.
And Lola's over
Hi,
there.
chair.
You can see Lola's butt. You can literally see Lola's butt on camera. She says, hi, TJ.
There you go. There you go, Lola.
There's Lola. Now you can have a perfect shot of Lola.
There's Lola.
There you go. So yeah, we've been streaming a bunch of games that we are considering for Game of the Year. TJ just put up his case for Sekiro, which I thought was a good presentation. We all
do a case for Death Stranding.
Huh?
I didn't get to do a case for Death Stranding.
Okay,
I
well,
talked and everyone talked over me.
this is true. You weren't here to like tell us to shut up repeatedly.
I was here.
It
I
was.
here in spirit. That's good enough.
In spirit.
I know, but we needed to yell "shut up" more during that. Because did you see Greg playing Death Stranding?
Well,
No, but I don't need to see. I mean, you never played it before, so obviously he didn't know what to do.
The thing with Bad Kitty is she's 5
No,
hours.
it's like everyone else was in the same boat as Greg. Like they had not played it, but he was especially bad at the game.
The thing we gotta remember about Bad Kitty is she's 5 hours behind us.
This isn't Bad Kitty. This is Brittany.
Oh, I thought.
Oh no, I was saying hi to back in the chat.
Oh, yeah. Brittany is. She's now. Bad Kitty is losing it in chat. She's like Brittany. Oh my god.
Brittany. And
Sorry, Bad Kitty.
in 10 minutes, Greg took 2 deliveries, over-encumbered himself, took off his power suit, drove the car away, walked back to the base.
Lost the car.
Lost the car. It was the worst. It was the worst play of Death Stranding I've ever
It really
witnessed.
was, and it's kind of remarkable.
how many?
Yeah.
Okay, how many boxes did I have to pick up? Like 50? Like I got this huge mission, and everyone's criticizing.
It was really kind of amazing how he did it. Like he shouldn't have been able to do all that, but here
We gotta
here
be
are.
Devil
The
Hunter
MacGyver
or
of Death
human.
Stranding.
What is is it difficulty?
Yeah, Brittany, Devil Hunter or human?
I don't care.
I don't care.
It's the same difference to me. I mean,
Okay, I guess because no one's. This is a Devil May Cry game.
There's a
because
difficulty slider on this game.
there is a difficulty slider. Go with human.
How dare they?
Let's go with Devil Hunter.
Oh, we're gonna throw Greg in a Devil Hunter?
Yeah.
I played the DMC reboot. I liked it.
Did you play DMC5?
A little bit, not
Okay.
much.
Who here has not played DMC5?
I have not played DMC5. I'll jump
Okay,
in.
so I'm gonna start. I haven't played it
Go for
either.
it.
Who you have played it?
No, I haven't.
I
Brittany's played it.
Yeah,
haven't.
Brittany.
The opening cinematic is great, and they glorify smoking cigarettes.
The way it should be.
I felt
Old
so-
school.
I felt so bad because I was asking Brittany so many questions. I was like, wait, so who is this guy? The guy from the old Devil May Cry? She's like, no, that's Nero. I'm like, who's Nero? And she's like explaining to me like 20 years of lore.
You
He's a
don't
CD
remember
burning
Nero
program.
from DMC3?
No.
DMC4.
DMC. Oh, that's right. It
The
was
first
DMC4.
Devil May Cry Ozzy I've ever played was the reboot one on the 360.
Oh god, you played the CW presents Devil May Cry.
Yes, but I liked that world. The world was really cool.
I really think that they fashioned Nero and Devil May Cry 5 after Cody Rhodes.
Nice.
Because he looks almost exactly like him.
See, and I always thought Cody Rhodes tried to pull off the Keith Howard vibe.
I wouldn't say that's false.
That's why we got Eminem.
I do want to ask Brittany, is there anything that you think we didn't say that got left on the table during Death Stranding?
Yeah, I want to
Did we
hear.
miss anything?
Well, what did we talk over you that you could have said? I feel bad now.
I mean, I didn't really get to say.
Oh, the game might be too loud.
Hold on. Sorry. Wait, we're not even showing the game yet. Boom, there it is. There we go.
Sorry, Brittany.
Just in time. But hold on. Did I just skip the
I hope
opening
not,
scene?
because we've been hyping up that opening cinematic.
Hype.
I might have accidentally done
This
this.
is a Christian non-smoking channel.
I heard it promoted. Just cut to some Cybertruck footage. That's A10 Pilot.
No.
Nice. I might have ruined everything.
Spoilers, Kirby survives. He's the only survivor.
Oh, it looks like you did.
Yeah, this is definitely endgame.
Worth what you did.
I'm sorry.
What happened?
Should we start over? I skipped the cutscene.
Start over. Well, we've been hyping up the cutscene. We got
Yeah, how do I
time.
do this?
Christmas is ruined.
Retry mission?
Just quit, just to be safe.
Quit.
Let's see what happens when we restart.
I don't think it takes you back to the cutscene because that
Damn
would
it.
suck.
There. There you go.
I'm off to a great start here.
How much of this game have you played, also?
None. Here it is.
Yeah. If you can't navigate the menus, how are you supposed to navigate the game?
That's a good point. She is a poorly ventilated dupes.
I can hear her panting.
They can. It's so
That's great. Lola is poorly ventilated.
Oh, I was wondering what happened with Brittany. She was about to make her case, her mic cut out.
You guys are trying to quiet her over and over again. It's gonna.
It's not us. We didn't just block her.
Cigar chomper.
You guys just act like it's 2018 and 2019 didn't happen.
Your mic's okay?
In hindsight, we should have put subtitles.
Yeah.
Now what are we gonna do?
We don't need to see it.
Yeah, I've seen this before.
Just Google it.
I'm sharing an important link in the chat that should be talked about in regards to Devil May Cry.
The Twitch chat? Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where else to put it.
The Devil Hunter, Nero. See, isn't that Cody Rhodes?
Kind of does look. I can see the resemblance.
God, this game looks really, really good.
It does look just like the demon, actually. Just like profile shot.
It was he who took your right arm.
And there's Kylo Ren.
You gained a great deal of
Adam
power.
Driver.
I agree.
I'm leaving.
I still never understood any of these hot topic.
Hello.
I suggest you
Hey,
get
I was trying to talk and then my microphone just said, no, you will not talk.
Okay, that wasn't us. That was Brittany was like, I'm finally gonna talk about Death Stranding, and then it's like,
So no, you're not. Just shut up. Stop.
okay, no. But before we, because we're gonna just get in this game. We can just hack and slash while you talk about Death Stranding at the beginning. So let's.
I don't know what anyone heard. Did anyone hear anything I said?
Nothing.
Just kind of completely-
Literally,
Across it all.
it cut out right when you were about to start talking.
That is such bullshit. Okay. It did it to spite me. I don't know how else that would have happened. It's just like, no, fuck you. You don't need to say anything. Okay.
Well, the floor is yours now.
Okay, what did I say? Oh, I was saying that I don't think, not that we have any choice to do this, because we obviously don't have a lot of time, but I don't think that having people play a slice of Death Stranding where you're just going on a mission
Yep.
and someone is telling you in your ear, oh, you have a baby and there's monster energy and you gotta go here and go there. I don't really think that's a good way to show someone what it's really like.
Oh, no.
Because, not just that you don't know what you're doing when you start off the game, but you don't have people around you telling you what's going to happen and what to expect. And I think it's a game that you really should just play alone, maybe with not anyone offering commentary or anything like that. Because for me, it doesn't really hold your hand so much, beyond the tutorial windows. And I thought that was interesting because, you get to explore on your own. And then, so when things happen, like the BB and Timefall, if you haven't watched all the previews or whatnot, if you didn't follow it like I did religiously, then you're really surprised by it. But of course, sitting here with everyone talking at once about the game, it feels like a different experience to me. I wouldn't personally want to try to make sense of it like that. Like Greg was obviously out of his element because, if you throw someone into it and they're trying to stumble around, it's very confusing. I couldn't do it without any sort of context. It's kind of complex. There's a lot of different systems going on.
Oh no, I mentioned it during the playthrough, Brittany, that I don't think it's fair to try to judge the game in a 1 hour playthrough, but what I was trying to do was show people the scope of the game, like how big the world is, the gameplay loop itself, right, which is pretty complicated, and then at least show them why it's different. And I think we did most of that, but I agree, like, it's, you know, I stream on Thursdays, and it's a game that, like, I could have been streaming, and I actively chose not to, because of what you're talking about. Like, I kind of want to just enjoy it by myself. And it's kind of like a movie, where you almost just want to experience it, and then you can form your opinion. You're not like, hey, I'm going to watch this, like, YouTube mashup of the game, of this movie, and then say that I've watched it and review it, you know? Like, you have to...
Yeah, that's exactly what it's like.
You have to watch the movie. You know, I think that's part of it.
Because you all were having different conversations, so if you said it, I didn't hear you. There was a lot of noise going on.
Yeah, we had...
I caught some of that.
No, yeah, we... Towards the end, yeah, I definitely mentioned that. But yeah, it was... It's hard. This entire thing's hard. Everything we're doing here. Because we're trying to give at least all these games a little bit of shine, and then provide people an opportunity to at least play it, understand what the gameplay is like, see the graphics, you know, like what we just did with Sekiro. Because I think TJ would say the same thing. Like, there's a boss battle in Sekiro that he thinks is like one of the most seminal gaming events of the year.
It was for me,
you know, for himself. So I think, yeah, it's always going to be tough game of the year wise, but I wanted people to get hands-on with as many games as possible this year. Especially Death Stranding, because I don't think everyone was going to buy Death Stranding. I'm pretty sure most of the staff wouldn't have played it as soon as they did here. So that was kind of the goal. And I do think, like, David, for instance, is interested now.
Yeah, I want to play more of it.
In Death Stranding, which that might not have been the case before.
It was definitely one of those games that... Okay.
Sorry, I think that there is a case where people have heard too much about this game. It has been memed to death.
Yeah.
That's all people focus on, and that drives me nuts because, I mean, yeah, haha, poop grenades, blood grenades, whatever. But, I mean, it's not really a joke. It's not really meant to be experienced as a joke, as funny as some of the stuff that it is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are moments that you should at least take for face value and try to understand, you know, the intention behind them. And on a lighter note, I really detest children. And it really made me care about me as more than just an item. I mean, I'm not saying I like kids because I fucking hate them. But by the end of the game, I was just about ready to just be a crying, bawling mess. I can't really say why, but I was so upset. There were things that I just didn't want to do. I knew I had to do them to advance the story, but I couldn't do them. So we were at the point where we were just kind of, okay, is there anything else I can do besides doing that? Is this a joke? Like, is the game making me do this? And I don't really feel that way in a game. I usually don't feel immersed in a game so much as when people say, oh, I'm this character now, and I can't be this character unless they look like me, or they have the same face that I do, because I don't feel like that. I'm playing a character. But this time, you know, I really felt like I had my little BB with me, and I was like, oh my god, what would happen if I didn't? Not that I really cared about the mechanics for BB, because there were so many times that I would just have it non-functioning. I couldn't be fucked. Rocket back to sleep.
Yeah.
I just didn't care.
There's too much other stuff going on. But you know what I think's interesting about how the story is told, and this isn't really much of a spoiler, but when you plug in BB as you're leaving your safe house, you see this flashback of BB's memories after whatever, being stillborn. And it's you start to, there's something about how Sam and BB become bonded throughout the game that makes you care. Like, even if you don't care about actual kids. Look at this game. This game is crazy beautiful. Like, are you guys seeing this? This is nuts.
I'm definitely seeing this.
This is nuts.
How much of Death Stranding being memed to death do you think really factored in? Because, I mean, everything, just to play devil's advocate, like, everything is memed to death. I've never seen Mandalorian, but I'm sick of Baby Yoda. And B, Mr. X got memed to death too. I mean, it's just...
It'll pass. It always passes. It just passes. It just takes a little
I
bit.
have a couple ideas on, like, watching Death Stranding gameplay today and just hearing people talk about it. It may sound dumb, but it's almost, for me, it's like a band that I'm not sure I'm going to like, but I can still appreciate the importance of the band. Does that make any sense? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like it may, like, I'm going to play it because I think it's important to play that game. I don't know if it's going to be on PS4, if I'm going to wait for PC, but I think I need to play it. But aside from that, my initial reaction is I really don't know if Death Stranding is for me, but I can still appreciate. The thing that stands out to me the most is the fact that Kojima is building something where he's trying to connect people together. Like, that's the part that really appeals to me the most, is that it's not just, it doesn't just, like, fall back on combat like pretty much every other game in the world. You know what I mean? Like, it's got a deeper meaning that I'm kind of excited that by the time all the memes do die down and all the hype dies down, like, I can play it quietly on my own.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I think there's a certain time, after a game has come out, you can kind of go back to it and not hear about it. Everyone's tweeting about it. And also, anyone that's thinking about playing it, and it might be too complicated, I swear to you, the people that are saying they don't understand it are just, they can't read. I mean, or they have serious cohesion issues. They cannot comprehend simple storytelling. It is a very, very simple to understand game compared to Kojima's other games.
Oh, Greg's actually looking at his phone, not paying attention to you right now. So.
Okay, Greg, I don't care if you listen to me.
Yeah.
I know you can't read. I'm just kidding.
Got it.
But no, there's plenty of different letters throughout the game. Like, I know you guys mentioned this earlier. I mean, if you just read those and you listen to what's being said, it's very straightforward. It's not difficult to understand. Now, I understand Metal Gear being complex and having to read different timelines, etc. But Death Stranding is very straightforward, and it's very self-contained in its own universe. So if you read and you pay attention and you don't skip the cutscenes, like, oh no, it's an hour. Oh man, I've never watched a movie before.
that sort of attitude and argument, which is a straw man, is part of the problem, you realize.
Round two.
I don't care.
Well, that's a great argument. Well done.
Did someone say that earlier, that the scenes were too long? I didn't hear.
There was a hard drive article I saw recently that perfectly illustrates your point. The headline was player pissed off that he can't follow story after skipping an opening cinematic.
Yeah, right. Something like that. Yeah.
But doesn't that go back to, like, if somebody isn't picking up on what Death Stranding is trying to tell it in terms of, like what Brittany's saying, reading it or watching the cutscenes, then maybe they're playing a game that's just not for them. Maybe it's not bad, but you don't really, like, there's certain games, I'm sure, like if Resident Evil had an hour-long cutscene, David would hit you if you interrupted it.
I would
you know what
not
I mean? Like,
play
it just
that game.
depends. Like, if it's your thing, it's your thing. If it's not your thing, then
Probably
you're just
hate
not
yourself
gonna
if you had to sit through an hour-long Capcom cutscene.
Yes, I would.
I just don't understand why everyone hates story being told to them as if they've never seen longer scenes before. Like, if you want to know what's going on, you obviously got a game that you know is narrative heavy. Why did you get a game if you didn't want to watch narrative stuff?
They bought the hype without really considering it.
Because
It was
my boss ordered
something
me
they
to
would
stream
enjoy.
it online the day it came out.
It's not about, hey, we're doing the internet thing where we're dealing in like binary streams. It's just, all I'm saying is that sort of storytelling generally isn't for me. But as I was telling Josh earlier, historically I like more Kojima games than I dislike. But I don't even dislike Death Stranding. I was just kind of trying to explain why. Like, going into it, I wasn't sure if
for
it'd be
everyone.
No,
For
no,
sure.
it wouldn't be for me.
Yeah, it's definitely not. I know Brittany and I, like, we worked on it together, like in tandem. When she was going through the review and I was, like, doing guides, like, we were in constant communication throughout the entire process. And, like, to kind of reiterate her point about the plot, like, the narrative of it all, like, all of the trailers and everything have made it appear way more complex than it is. Like, when you get down to the guts of the actual story plot and the story beats, it's a very, very simple narrative. It just has all of this other great stuff on top of it.
Yeah. No, it's a very simple story with very interesting characters. And the characters all have backstories. And as you play through the game, you learn about them. Like, much like the Metal Gear Solid series.
Yeah.
So that storytelling technique is still there. Now I really like Death Stranding. I'm not I haven't figured out my top 10, but it's in the top 5, top 3, most likely.
I don't even have anything against Death Stranding. I don't really like The Witcher 3. I know everybody's aped for that game, but what they really like is the story. The game itself is pretty weak.
The world. I like the gameplay in Witcher 3.
But that's what's different here. You actually seem to like the gameplay.
I like
Death Stranding.
Kojima's systems.
Yeah.
I think he's a great systems designer, and I like the systems in Death Stranding.
Thank you for the achievement, Ozzy. I'll add that to my pile.
Sorry,
Has anyone seen this? This opening's intense.
Put it
Yeah.
in the pile.
What was that, Brittany?
I said, sorry, I didn't mean to hijack the stream about Devil May Cry.
No. You didn't really get to say
I was
the piece
legitimately
over, so-
curious about what your argument was, because there was so much going on when we were streaming that game.
Yeah, I just
I got a question
wrote
about Death
news.
Stranding because I didn't play Beyond Chapter 5. Is there anything gameplay-wise that eventually opens up or happens that's as much fun as Fultoning people was in Solid 5?
I mean, it really just depends on what you like doing. If you'd rather play Metal Gear and Fulton people, then there's not going to be that in Death Stranding. They're very two different games. I mean,
Because I hated the story of Metal Gear and all that, but I found
secretly, one of my favorite things was in Death Stranding was just sitting in a hot spring, just listening to Sam sing a song. It had no bearing on anything other than a bonus. Sometimes you get a bonus for bathing in a hot spring, but I just like that. I guess the best way to say it is I think it's a really simple, innocent story sometimes. I mean, I'll take pleasure in things like buying things that I bought when I was a kid, or collecting the sheets that used to be the little pull cards at Toys R Us that used to take to the front to get your game. Like, I like doing those things. And sitting in a hot spring with Sam while he sings to BB, even though I hate babies, I like doing that. It made me happy. The game made me happy. Walking through the landscape, hearing different songs play, made me happy. It's a lot different kind of happy than, killing people in Metal Gear or sending them off into the sky like Team Rocket. It's different. So I wouldn't say there's anything else that opens up, that feels like doing that. But like I said, it's just two very different extremes.
For me, it's really been something where I like playing Death Stranding at the end of the night. It's like a really good way to chill out at the end of the night. It's not, and it gets intense and stuff, and it's kind of scary, I guess. But something about the way the gameplay loop is, I feel like I can knock out a couple deliveries before I have to go to bed or
Progress a
something.
little bit, then come
Yeah.
back.
It's one of those games where you can do it in bite-sized increments, but you can also sit there. I remember the first night I played it; it was like 4 hours straight. Oh, this is this game is pretty rad right here. We've been talking a lot about Death Stranding, but this.
That's my wife, Nico.
I would say that kind of like
Headshot.
I would say that kind of goes back to the point I was sort of making on Sekiro. Though, is like I want people to not go into Sekiro thinking Dark Souls because it's a very different game, and I think that the same argument can be made. Don't go into Death Stranding expecting to play things like Metal Gear
or anything. I think it's the most unedited Kojima has ever been. He had free reign to do whatever he wanted, and that's what he did.
Yeah. He literally wrote a bunch of stuff on the board and then was like, you know what, we're doing it all.
Yeah. There was no one telling him no.
Yeah.
There was just go for it.
Counter arguments.
And it could have been a lot
There
worse.
is okay. Example: Stephen King writing and directing Maximum Overdrive, all cooked up.
I do love that movie though. It's so stupid.
George Lucas with the prequels?
It could have been
No.
a lot worse, Dak. It's not a no one told them no.
A man gets
That
killed.
turned out.
A man gets killed by a soda machine in Maximum Overdrive.
I think that with that katana, at least there was multiple people working on it. Whereas Kojima was the vision. He was the sole vision of this game. It's a game he probably was thinking about for a while. Because he had been making Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I mean, remember that when Katana was being made, Romero was like a dad, so that was just...
Yeah, sure.
You have to own that.
Oh yeah, we can't hear it, but Nico, the driver here, she's got a thick Southern accent. So she's like your stereotypical mechanic of devil arms over here.
I love her so much.
She's wonderful.
I agree, Lolo. I agree.
It's really hard to
Here's the part
narrow
where
down
Capcom
who's
does
the
not
best
promote
new
smoking
character
or
this year.
tolerated.
There's so many.
This is hilarious. I love this part of this game. We just show you 5 minutes of the coolest stuff of all time, and then light up a smoke. And by the way, we don't promote smoking.
Ozzy's been playing 15 minutes of cutscene.
It's a great cutscene.
How many years
though.
since 4? Ed?
It had been a while.
It's been a while.
Hang on, I think I still got more cutscene left.
Have you tried more cutscene?
Hold the line.
Love isn't always on time.
Man, I don't know if I'd stick around for this.
This is E3 2020. June 15th.
This is boring.
Are these monsters the people that actually drink that one energy drink they were hawking last year? Whatever it was called. Balls or something.
Balls energy
The
drink.
Devolver Digital booth has gone too far.
They don't have a booth. They're across the street.
Yeah, they fight the ESA. That's good.
Don't crap yourself.
Don't crap yourself. He likes to kill demon things.
Johnny Young Botch. You wonderful man.
Cheer up, crew cut.
That guy, right there. Johnny Young.
You taking notes?
Robot arm.
See, look, there's another
Another
nominee
prosthesis.
for
Best prosthesis.
Best mechanical arm or best musical
We're
arm.
late coming.
Oh, yeah.
So,
But his arm is
You
mechanical
want to know
and
something
magic,
interesting
right?
about
Both.
this prosthesis stuff?
mhm.
All right.
I was going to write an article about prosthetics in video games. I actually had something about the Sekiro character and Nero. And I contacted Capcom for a comment about Nero, being essentially an amputee and using a prosthetic arm. And they didn't want to classify him as one. They basically skirted around the issue and pretty much told me no. And I was like, oh, all right.
Capcom.
Some cleaning up.
What if
Thanks.
was he born without an arm?
Well, no. I mean, there's a story
He
behind
lost
it.
his
but
arm, right?
As someone playing a game like this, maybe they don't have an arm, and you see him using prosthetic arms, you might think that's badass or something.
Yeah.
But they acted as if they didn't want to talk to me about it in that way. Like, they didn't want to acknowledge it, that was a thing. Even if it may change later, it wasn't always like that. So I just found that really weird.
I feel like From Software would be more willing to talk about it because there are a lot of characters that are amputees in that game. And Sekiro. Alright, I'm talking about
None of them wanted to talk about it, actually, which
Sekiro.
is kind of strange.
From Software didn't want it?
They couldn't get an interview
Ah,
for From Software, but after Capcom said no, I was just like, well, I'm just gonna scrap it.
Hey, Psycho! Where's the merchandise?
Hey, stop bitching and
don't
take
talk to
it
Cody Rhodes that way.
Oh,
How much must it suck to be one of these random grunt people in one of these Devil May Cry games?
That's what I was saying. I wouldn't stick around for this. Once one guy got eaten, I'd be like, no, yeah.
I'm gonna let these creatures disembowel me due to some misplaced sense of pride.
Fire Snatch.
really getting the hang of this new toy.
Oh, you're
Is there not supposed to be audio for the game?
huh?
Oh, never mind. I was just muted.
Yeah, there's audio.
Yeah, I hear it now. I had it muted accidentally.
Touch a Devil Breaker.
Nico, leave this here? Sweet.
Wild, unpopular opinion, possibly. I thought that of the two big releases Capcom had this year, this one and Resident Evil, the PC version of this one was better. As far as the technical merits, the port and all that, and what all was done. This game runs wonderfully on a lot of hardware, it looks great, supports a lot of good stuff.
It looks so good.
If something,
It's definitely the best looking Devil May Cry that I've seen.
if something is optimized properly, I feel like it's almost always gonna be good on good PC hardware. I mean, sometimes they just F it up when you get like
Scalability
things
of the
like
engine.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah, sometimes on paper it should work, and then
You get Arkham Knight.
yeah.
Oh boy.
Some
That's what
studios.
happens when you give the port studio 3 months
Yeah.
to do something.
I mean, we were talking about who was it? The Switch port guys.
Panic button.
Then how good they do with moving things over to the Switch, like Doom and such.
I mean, but Doom didn't launch well.
Rocket League, though.
Rocket League. I would say after the patch, both of those games are excellent. But
Iron Galaxy with Skyrim on Switch.
yep.
If you give Iron Galaxy more than 2 weeks, they can do a great job. They just got screwed over by Warner Brothers on Batman.
Yeah. Dismal. B for dismal.
Small.
Whatever
B
the team
for
was
bad.
that ported Alien Isolation to the Switch probably should have earned some kudos this year.
Yeah, I'm hearing that it's really a really good port.
We did talk about Alien Isolation for best Switch port.
I think it was.
Did it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, tune in.
I don't
next
remember.
week to find out.
Yeah, I don't remember
It would
which
be
one we
nice
chose
if they
to
go
do.
back and add that temporal anti-aliasing to the other versions of the game, because it looks good.
Yeah.
Although, I don't know if Sega would pay for that. Although Sega's been pretty good about PC port stuff this year. All of the Japanese games they brought to PC this year have all been phenomenal ports. Top to bottom, the Yakuza stuff, Vanquish, all that stuff has been great. I think Sega did Yakuza, I can't remember.
Yes.
Whoever started bringing those games to Steam, they did a fantastic job.
Sega is the publisher, and it's I think it's Reguy, something like that. It's the developer.
You have some
Hopefully they
tentacle
sell enough
action
that
here.
They can keep doing it with more games. They've done great. The Bayonetta was the other one that was very, very well done.
Yeah, for sure.
I gave you that one.
And then EA spends $300 million on Anthem.
Oh, poor Anthem. That piece of pallet garbage.
Dang.
Looks pretty at times, though.
At times.
At times.
Yeah, it almost makes you forget about what a garbage game it is.
You know,
No, not quite.
on paper, it had a jetpack. It's the one jetpack game that I actually don't think I like.
I was so mad by the time I finished that game.
Wow.
They screwed up
This
so
creature
much.
design here for this fight.
Lucky for
is
me,
great.
you're not here to talk about that.
Yeah.
What's that, Krabs?
So this creature design here is great.
And demons, it's great. It's
Oh.
fun. You can do whatever you want.
That kitty has to go back to work. She was on her lunch break.
Rest in peace,
Alright,
there, kitty. Have a good day.
Bye.
Bye bye, kitty.
We'll see you later. We'll be here all
I know
night.
this isn't,
Yeah, come
this
back.
isn't
Becky.
groundbreaking at all, but this almost definitely has that Monster Hunter vibe to it.
It's very good looking.
least for me.
It's a very good looking game.
I wish that there was time to get playing as Dante.
Sorry?
Yeah.
I wish that there was time for everyone to play as Dante.
Yep.
Oh, you guys unlocked the motorcycle yet?
No.
Not yet.
I
It's
can,
also very, very easy.
we're just rotating people in now. Have you played it, TJ?
I've not actually played the gameplay.
We'll get you in here.
Remember,
after
David,
Greg.
the first Devil May Cry game was originally a Resident Evil game.
And then, Greg, have you played it?
Not this one, but I played very
Yamato
little. I would
did
say
this.
no, but very little.
You can jump in after.
Actually, David actually.
Josh, have you played it?
Because it was so long.
Okay.
Just remember you're inverted.
Have you
It's
played
kind of,
it?
I think it just was like, it's still going. I turned
You
it
done
off.
it, Dipper? No. Oh, well.
No dupes, Miss Scoops.
Never been a big Devil May Cry fan, but I enjoyed the last game that came out that was like a weird reboot, and this one. I
Yes,
don't know if that's normal.
I'm with you there, Chris. I liked the DMC one too.
A lot of cutscenes in this.
I like the DMC as well.
They had a great boss battle where you had to basically fight that guy that goes, "Do it live."
Bill O'Reilly?
Yeah, you had to fight Bill O'Reilly. Yeah.
That boss fight might have been one of the very first videos I took for Shack back when we were still in the
Be
Gamefly
smoking
days.
that close to the fuel tank.
Dark days.
Those were before the dark days.
Those are feet up.
They were happy days. Ozzy had a job. Had a job for gameplay.
Sunday, Monday, happy day.
What is Brody Streets doing in the Impact Zone?
Is Gameplay the last rental place?
Yeah, with Redbox
physical?
now.
There's one Blockbuster.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, is there?
They rent videos and games.
Oh, we were talking about Hollywood Video last night.
Family Video might still be around.
Yes, it is.
They are. I just said they are.
Yeah. Oh, you had
I use them pretty
We have
often.
a family
yeah.
video on
It's on Order Day.
on Wales.
That's not Wales.
They sell CBD there. They like proudly have a sign out front that says we sell CBD here.
Like everywhere else.
Everywhere sells CBD now.
So
but,
here's the
like,
funny.
That's not special.
I know, it's just funny. Like it's like family video. By the way,
So
I'm getting here for
this is great.
CBD.
The Family Video
They
in
have
Alliance.
porn at my family video.
That they do at mine too. You have to go into like a special section in the back.
It's always been
Yeah,
a family
well,
tradition
outside
here
of the
too.
back.
Yeah.
I had to go to the bathroom once, and I was like, "What is this? Is this porn?" And it was.
And it was. The Family Video in Alliance had one of those
Wasn't very family.
Marco's pizza places attached. And then the Family Video
They also
closed.
sell CBD.
So an urgent center moved in, but they kept the pizza place. And I just think that's hilarious.
You still have video stores?
This one was going to have a pizza place, or it did at one point, but doesn't now.
I just like the
There's
idea
a video
of
store where I live. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't think we have any in the city
They
anymore.
don't have Blu-rays.
no Blu-rays.
The VHS?
No.
There's HD
It's
DVD in
real
the red
weird.
cases.
You know, I could get behind if they didn't have Blu-ray, if it was just VHS, but I'm not about having just DVD. That doesn't work.
I don't know anywhere you can rent tapes except for the library.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go, dudes. There you go, dudes. Wait.
You get the plane over
Wait. I know.
Are they
You
creating
got an
that
A.
Cinematic. Oh, okay.
That cinematic got an A.
Yeah.
Played back smoothly, 5,000 points.
Krabs, the stream looking okay?
Stream looks fine.
Okay.
David, I'll
You're
actually
doing the
elaborate
game
more on
justice.
that cutscene stuff that you're talking about. One of the reasons I didn't like Red Dead was controls, but other than that, like, it seemed like every 5 minutes I had to stop and watch a 5-minute cutscene. And I had to like go from one town, watch a cutscene, then travel 15 minutes to go to another town to watch another cutscene. I was just like, my god.
I was just like, how many wagons do I have to steal?
I was just like,
Rockstar since
You guys
GTA
not shit all over Red Dead?
since GTA
Such a
4,
good game.
Rockstar's games have taken a ton of time to get into. Like the tutorial phase lasts like 6 hours.
Paint your wagon.
Once you
Is
get
this
to
the
chapter
PC
3
version?
Let's
of
steal
Red Dead,
another
it opens
wagon.
up more. And it doesn't take that long.
Maybe
The
it's a-
problem with Red Dead is a lot of people they spend too much time in that snowy area. Like, you have to get past that.
No, I got the past that
Yeah.
area. I got all the way to the first encampment, but I
Yeah.
just got tired of the ride your wagon here and watch the guy talk and why the
Did
wagon
you ever
here.
come back to the camp when everyone was getting
Press A.
wasted?
Press A next. There you go.
The thing with Red
It
Dead
was
is
pretty
it done?
funny.
just enjoy the world in Red Dead. That's what's so great about the world.
That's what I mean. Like, I walked into the camp one night, and there's like a party happening,
Yeah.
and then these two people hook up. It was pretty funny. It was actually a very amusing.
I've put over 300 hours into that game
Camp
across
goes
PS4
on
and
family
PC.
style
I
while
have
you
not beat
guys
the
aren't there.
campaign
Oh
yet.
yeah, I just
Yep.
can't do the controls. Controls
Is this
are
the
asinine.
PC version of Devil May Cry?
No, this is Xbox One X.
Oh, we're playing Xbox One.
Yeah, the Game Pass version is not
Did you have to get off and you
on
did
PC.
shut up
on
and go,
PC.
Like 2
So,
months ago,
in the
like,
interest of downloading the game for free or cheapish. So this is
Yeah.
Brittany's waifu.
This is some-
Yeah, so don't steal her.
I fell down.
She's cute.
I like her.
Brush himself off while being shot at him. Like, that's the first thing you do is brush yourself off when you get. I was like,
Those
these
gun tattoos or
pre-animated
something else.
sequences.
I don't know.
There are a few cosplayers that have that same, all of her tattoos whenever whenever they have like official cosplay events, and they will not sell those tattoo sheets. They won't even show you a picture of them, even though people scan them, so I've seen them.
Do the cosplayers also smoke?
I don't know.
Does that character Brittany have like a relationship with like any of the Devil May Cry team or no?
Yes.
Nero?
Yes. Hold on. Let me get there.
Sorry.
Basically, she is the granddaughter of the woman who created Dante's Ebony and Ivory pistols.
Oh, okay. The magical pistols. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't she say that Nero killed her dad or something like that?
I don't remember.
Is
I don't
she
think so.
is she Nephilim or is
She's
she
not
like
related by blood to any of them. No.
okay? She's not like an angel or a demon or like a Nephilim. She's just a human.
No. Yeah, she's just that I know of. Sure.
Loading.
Urge to kill Rising.
Okay. Her dad is Agnes, who is an evil scientist in Devil May Cry 4 that Nero kills.
You need to change the camera.
I hear a kitty cat.
Did you play through Devil May Cry 4?
No, the first Devil May Cry I've ever played was DMC.
Oh.
That's the only Devil May Cry I've ever played. I played this one for a little bit. But I was telling David
I didn't
turned
see
it on. I walked
Did I miss
away
it?
and it
I
was
think
still
there's
playing.
Game
I turned it off.
options.
Yeah.
Game options.
Is
This
it
game
Ember?
does have
then
relationships
Ember.
between the characters, though, that,
There you go.
I mean, they are obvious at the beginning. I mean, if you've played all of them, they'll be obvious, but by the end, I don't know, it's a pretty interesting surprise. Especially V. I really liked V. I was hoping that he wasn't who I thought he was, but I still enjoyed it.
Did you like the reboot one, Brittany, or no?
Oh, yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved the reboot one. I thought
Yeah, it
I
was
thought it was
good.
maybe my second favorite of the entire series, and now since I played this one, this is my absolute favorite Devil May Cry. Then I would say the reboot second, and then Devil May Cry 3 in that order. But yeah, I loved it, and a lot of people didn't, and because they didn't like Dante. But that was kind of what I loved about it. I liked his design. I liked that they used comic cries for the soundtrack.
Yeah.
I just loved it. I thought it was great, especially the Bob Barbas fight that you were talking about earlier, where it's basically a Fox News guy like Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah,
it's
it
really
was,
cool.
the world building was really clever in that game.
I didn't
Yeah, I
like what
loved
they
it.
did with that Dante, but I vaguely remember that might have been one of our first Ford reviews of Shack, and I think we still gave it a 9. Like, it was that good. It was a great game.
It was really
The
good.
Dante Virgil fight in that game is excellent.
Yes.
I loved Virgil's costume also. I was one of the few times I really liked the way he looked.
Dismal.
I wish Ninja Theory would do another installment, but I know that they won't now that Capcom's got this one going.
Dismal. Crazy.
I wish they would do a Bayonetta crossover.
Ooh, I hope. Possibly, do we see something on Bayonetta on Thursday?
I think so.
Hope so.
So you played through Devil May Cry 4, right?
4? No.
Okay.
I played DMC, but not 4.
I might be the only one
Glad
who's
they
played
didn't
through
put
4.
too much of Kyrie in this game because I hate Kyrie. I hated her for. I like the frog fight where you could play when you were playing as Dante, because of course you have to play as Dante. It wouldn't be fun without.
I love that whole game. That actually might
It was
be
good.
That actually might be my favorite one.
I just didn't like Kyrie. That was pretty my whole reason that I didn't put it in my top 3. I liked it a lot though. Otherwise,
The theme song in that
also
game.
the frogs look good.
The theme song in Devil May Cry 4 is maybe one of my favorites that they've done.
What do you think?
Yeah, I like the song.
I mean, I've played Devil May Cry before. I don't really get into the character action games.
I mean, it looks really
Is it
good.
because you can't make it to awesome or superb or whatever?
Definitely that. I played the first one and thought it was fine. I haven't really played it since.
Because I don't like games that judge me in real time either.
Can you imagine if Sekiro did that? It's just like, you're terrible. You're so bad. Here you go, TJ. Greg, do you want to jump here? I'm going to step out for a second.
Get to
Who else do you need to play this? Donovan? You need to play it? Yeah. Okay.
Oh, nice. Those are cool.
Oh no, it's Satan's.
The enemy design in this is pretty. I like the whole aesthetic actually.
It's just like you said. It's just because it's an action juggler beat 'em up. You don't have a lot of time to sit back and enjoy the ambiance because you're button
Lock
smashing
on
and doing a
button,
million
lock
combos
on.
and stuff.
Just pushing it over.
Don't worry, you'll see these monsters again and again. And you're gonna say, "Oh, I hate these."
I remember reading about 4, and didn't Nero is not related to Dante, but Dante tried to kill his father or something, or did kill his father or something. He was out to kill Dante for a while, wasn't he?
I won't spoil anything.
Okay.
To that.
Well, that was from
Because there are.
that was 4 though. That's old.
Well, yeah, but things are a little different in this game.
Oh, interesting. Do they mess with time travel or interdimensions? Because that's really cool when games do that.
No. I'm just gonna say that maybe V isn't as obvious of a new character as you think he is, and maybe there are relationships between characters that you didn't know were there.
Okay. Remember I sent you a picture? I'm like, is Nero the guy from the reboot Devil May Cry? And they looked really similar. Just different hair color.
Yeah, he had a wig on in one of those shots.
Okay.
He had a white wig on for Dante, and people were like, "Oh my god, he's got black hair. He sucks."
He's too emo.
I liked it. I thought it was fun.
Yeah, the story
liked
was
the
great. I
whole
really enjoyed
opening
the
to that
story.
game was good. Yeah, I like the story too.
Like everyone just compared it to the old one. Everyone compared it to the old one, and I remember I was like, why are you comparing a reboot of a game to older games? It's a completely different story with completely different characters.
I think they thought that's how they were going to do Devil May Cry from then on, and I guess people, were mad because it was so different. But really, at its core, it wasn't different at all. It just looked different.
Yeah.
A little bit of a different story, but I mean, it was basically a standalone game.
I found the story a little easier to follow. I've watched my friends play the Devil May Cry games, and I found the story a little easier to follow in DMC. It was like more straightforward. It was like, oh, cool, you're angel, spawn of an angel and a demon, and you have to do this.
Yeah, because you didn't have to worry about playing 1 and 2 and 3 and figuring out all the connections and who's who and why are you. I mean, like with this game, like if you don't know anything about the Devil May Cry characters, you're gonna be a little lost.
Yeah. It was actually the DMC reboot.
He's new.
The Devil May Cry reboot was a lot like similar to Star Wars because you had like the brother dynamic, and one was like good, one was evil.
Yeah, one was good, one was bad, and it wasn't obvious that he was bad to start
Yeah.
with because he was just kind of like the cult leader.
All you know is that,
anonymous.
and like I really wish they would have continued that world because I would love to see how like they did the angels in that world and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm really not happy that they didn't go back through with it, but I know a lot of people were just pissed for no reason that it existed, so I don't know if that was why they didn't do it, or they just decided they didn't want to go back to it.
Why did he just put that in his pocket?
Because why not?
It's a Nidhogg.
You're gonna need him later.
You need him later.
Yeah, but put it in your pocket, really, Nero? Come
Same
on.
reason you put extra slices of pizza in your wallet.
Yes.
He's a badass. Look at him. He just puts it in his pocket. He's like, cool.
Those designer clothes aren't going to stay clean long if you put, like, Nidhogs in your pocket.
Maybe they don't need to stay clean.
He's got pocket full of those clothes.
Well, look at that. We've been murdering demons.
He's like, which one I should wear today?
Look at this. We've been murdering demons this whole time, and his outfit looks impeccable.
Magic.
Impact.
Magic, TJ.
We need the next gen of consoles to have GOTY for clothing.
Yeah, for sure.
GOTY.
Luigi Tech.
Best new tech, Luigi.
I liked in Red Dead where your horse threw you in the swamp mud and then you came up looking like you've been rolling in doo-doo.
Oh yeah, that was actually really impressive when I saw that when I fell in mud. You'd see the mud on the clothes. I was like, wow. If only the controls weren't so difficult to navigate.
They're not that difficult, Greg.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of like animations that when you start to do something and you need to like do it, or like you're under fire or something, like he just takes his sweet ass
the game
time.
is super animation heavy.
Yeah, so
Everything's just deliberate.
I'm getting shot at. Better load into this wagon as slow as I can. Damn it, go! He said go.
And nobody lives past
Where you
28
going, bud?
because of dysentery.
Right. Your character's actually like 22. Ooh, he looks rough.
He's just had some rough years.
Yeah.
There's a fun double arm in this game that's called Sweet Surrender. And one of the descriptions is to relieve Kyrie's tension.
This again.
It heals you. It heals Nero. But
Sweet
I guess it's
surrender.
flavors.
Oh.
Sweet surrender. I like Brittany's, I don't want to spoil anything. People aren't who you think they are, or maybe they aren't.
At this point in the game...
Or maybe they are.
Or maybe they are. You have to play the game to find out.
I'm looking for goo bugs that Nero can
It's a
take out
Nidhogg.
these orifices and stick in his pocket.
That's good stuff.
So he could go open
Ooh, Pog.
Am I using that right? Am I using that right?
Thank you, Beowulf Schaefer, for subscribing for 17 goddamn months.
Yeah,
Damn,
Beowulf.
what a champion.
What a top boy.
What a top boy indeed, honestly. We got you.
I'm still playing Devil May Cry. Well,
Yeah.
I'll talk about this
Pretty
game.
much everyone had to play
Devil
it, so.
may cry. May the devil may cry.
Bill and Chris on
There it is.
Oh, there it is. Got an A.
I'm the first,
Apocalyptic.
Hi, Brittany.
After 6 of these, did the devil ever actually cry, or was it always just a possibility that never came to be?
I mean, it's like
We talked about this a little bit yesterday.
he asked for permission. Like he may.
You may.
Yes, you may
Or
cry.
you may not.
Yeah, use that Nidhogg.
Just keep it in my pocket.
Fist that Nidhogg.
That's just gross.
This lobby room looks like the inside of my stomach after I eat Burger King.
I mean, what does that look like? What is that supposed to look like?
Who do you fight? The devil? Do you fight
Some
the devil in Devil May
Geiger-esque
Cry
artwork.
series?
You fight devils.
No, do you fight like the devil, the big main guy? I think
You fight a Satan or two.
You
Okay.
fight like
Fight
you fight.
Lizards.
Yeah, you fight big time devils.
Okay,
If that's
yeah.
what you're wondering.
Demons?
You fight Burial.
I know you fight Cerberus at one point.
You fight Burial.
That you guys saw. That was
President
one.
Paul Tech.
That was
Yeah.
a
That
boss
guy
fight
was
at the end of the
basically
game.
a big Satan.
Yeah, before the previously on Devil May Cry started, that was a giant, huge devil.
Yeah, I thought Mundus
I don't
was
know if you
basically their
noticed it.
Satan.
The guy with all the tentacles?
So here's what's great about this Devil May Cry.
Good tentacles.
One is it finally wraps up a lot of the confusing lore and a lot of questions that were just unanswered in the series for a long time. So if you're a fan of the Devil May Cry series, it's really there's a lot of closure in a lot of ways for you. Two, it just looks fantastic. Like the enemy designs, especially the large boss creatures that you
said
fight,
something to me and I didn't pay attention at all.
are just gorgeous. I mean, even these like hallways look great, like really polished, really detailed. Characters, outfits, like the shine on the jackets, things like that. A lot of like the new character. His design is really cool. His creatures designs look tight, and it's just got a good combat. Like the combat feels good in a way that I feel like it hasn't in a while.
Really? It feels the same as 4 to me.
It feels pretty similar.
I don't know. You haven't played as V yet, though, have you?
No, I guess not.
Yeah, V is like a whole different style of combat. It's nothing like Dante or Virgil at all. And it's interesting because it's more hands off, right? Like you let your demonic creatures do the work for you, and you don't really come in until there's a killing blow to deal.
It's also been how many years since 4 too? Like it's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been like 8 years since the reboot.
Yeah, so it's been even longer for 4.
Oh no, Krabs missed the.
He missed the cue. He's fell on us.
You said Bill's here?
I think Bill's here.
I didn't see this room at all.
Bill Lavoie, are you there?
What is that? Okay.
Hi, Bill. I just haven't said hi to you yet, so I'm glad you're here.
Oh, you have been ignoring me, Blake. I have been here.
What? Did you say something?
Blake was
I'm trying to tell you, Blake, we're in a fight, you and me.
Really?
We're gonna fight.
No,
Let's
not
go,
really.
I just showed up. I mean, I was off. I had a off-camera meeting I had to attend.
Oh, yeah?
So yeah, I'd tell you all about it, but you know, NDAs and such. You know,
On sadistic.
Right.
it's really only for like big-time insiders. You know.
Oh,
You got it.
You're not jamming enough, TJ. You gotta jam enough. TJ's like, how do I parry?
Denied.
Lock on.
E is for denied.
Well, Bill, it's good to hear your voice. I'm sorry that you, Brittany, and Chris, and Sam couldn't be here in person to join us, but I'm glad that we can have you live via satellite.
What a time to be alive.
Right?
Beaming you guys up.
I really wish we had like pictures that we could like put up in like a little live via satellite thing for everybody.
No, just get their like
I'm
iPad
mostly
tape it
sad
to like
that
a
I'm not
stick.
there to flick Josh and Greg in the ear. That's all.
Oh man, right?
I would sit
Dude,
right behind
whoa,
Josh
whoa.
and just flick him in the ear constantly.
hey Chris,
Whoa.
you know what the first thing I did when I saw Ozzy was?
Punched him right in the back of the head.
No, I gave him a high five.
Josh is a very tall.
I gave Ozzy a high five the minute I saw him.
I've been
that's
I've
a
been
cheap
watching
one.
Ozzy too closely today. He looks like he's studying his craft. I keep seeing him like in deep thought and reading.
This is the first I've seen of Devil May Cry this year, which is too bad because I've had it sitting in my Xbox Game Pass for the past couple of months.
Right?
Does anyone want to jump in?
Yeah.
Someone should take out. Let's
Greg.
see how
Alright, Blake.
Burkleton does.
Let's see how
Greg blows
I got
up
two
his
A's.
brains.
I was Greg to break this.
Since
Stun,
you're directly
attack,
behind
okay.
Greg,
I got to
when
a high
Greg's
A. Can you
decibel
do
level
better?
Gets too high, you have to smack him.
Greg's DMC experience is pretty good.
Yeah, I think you've played this before, haven't you, Greg?
No, I played the first one.
You
The
did a
reboot.
preview events with this?
The first one was
I did do a preview
We
event.
went to preview event. I went to one at TGS.
I remember Brittany
played it.
Brittany was the first of us to play it at PAX, and I think I tried it there too. And it was like pretty much this level, and then like they cut to the boss.
Dang, I can't even hit on Greg. You got an A.
Yeah, I don't remember covering this like at an event, like me personally going to one.
No, I don't think you did. There weren't any interviews. So there's no.
Let's see. Also, can we talk about who is it? Nico, is that her name? The girl with the van?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I
Oh
do
yeah.
not know her name. She's the queen. She should be regarded as one.
Facts.
Yeah. She is
my favorite character in the game.
Yeah, definitely my favorite character. She looks kind of like Amy Winehouse, but more badass.
Her dad has the best scene in Devil May Cry 4.
Yeah.
Agnes, the mad scientist. There's a part where when Dante fights him, they put on a full stage play before they get into a fight. It's hilarious.
Dante has a rose in his mouth. It's all very, very adorable.
Yeah.
I've always loved the idea of like urban, like kind of like urban gritty magic, where it's like they have technology, but they use magic to kind of improve on the technology. That's like where his guns come from, right, Brittany? If I remember right.
Yeah, something like that. There's like a whole side story in the manga that kind of explains it. And I have not read that in years, so I'm not the best person to ask.
If you tap L trigger, it rubs your sword. It makes it stronger. Like so. That was always one of my favorite things about playing Nero is the sword rev.
Oh, great.
Greg.
What?
I got it.
I just got it.
Oh, you got it?
Oh, wrong bed.
I guess it is one of those. Greg, do you mind scooting forward a little bit?
Yeah.
There it is.
Maybe Lola is in the house. She needs her proper
Throw this
bedding.
down there.
I figure we have to put it over here.
You think your little hole can stop me? He's like this little hole. Well, it is making me dizzy.
Here, we're kind of in her normal. She's usually by the Shacknews sign. Yeah, but I think she needs her space.
She's having a great time though.
She's super excited.
Yeah.
I think the best thing about the Devil May Cry series is that like no one can ever really die because they're all like mostly demons and like or like weird half-breed creatures or something, you know. So they can always come back. You can always reach into the afterlife and grab their soul and bring it back.
And they embrace it, which is how they exude their badass.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not all the way dead.
I'm only half demon.
Well, they constantly struggle to prove that they're not evil, but then they give
Yeah.
up. And then someone's like, "No, you're not evil. I believe in you." If such a good person can believe in me, can I truly be evil?
Yeah, it's not.
You're not evil because devils can't cry.
But they may.
But they may.
But
cry.
they may.
They just
Then
may.
I'm gonna get
What do you say?
through that door.
I don't know. You put a devil down and make them watch This Is Us. I don't think they're getting through it.
Do they cry how bad it is, or?
I think
Come on. It is horrible. I do hate it.
Like it's just.
It's just one of those, it's just one of those shows that's way too sappy.
It's horrible. I hate it.
This Is
I'm with
Us.
you, Britt.
Coming up after
I've
next,
never
Young
watched
Sheldon. This is us.
That's
On a
even
very
worse.
special.
I feel like
This
I've
is
never watched
us.
This Is
You
Us
do the
and
Trey
Young
Parker
Sheldon.
voice. I love that voice. I
Coming
love
up
that.
after Young Sheldon.
Nero was just an average emo teenager until one day he got demonic powers, and he's about to find out that being a superhero isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Why are you so good at that? I'm scared.
I used to cut trailers, and like that's how you pitch them. It's really close to the truth. Yeah.
Is that how you pitch movie ideas?
No, when I was working for TLC in the promos department, when South Park released that episode where Stan got the hockey team, and it was like everyone's favorite episode because it was like literally what we did when we got a script or like a pitch. Like we had to do something like that, you know? They're like, oh, it's about a
Did you have to use
woman.
that voice?
Oh, the promo voice?
Was that a requirement?
No, we all had Trey did
Go
it
to
really
the
well.
van, get some upgrades.
Yeah, get in the stranger's van.
I don't know, man. Sub menus. I don't know if I can do this. Can I do this? I complete it myself.
I don't know.
Greg, Greg rips off.
That whenever you call Nico, she just bursts through anywhere that she is currently, and even if you're underground in hell, literal hell, she gets there. Somehow she just falls to the ceiling, and I love that.
That's kind of amazing.
So you also gotta
she's
use it
badass.
for health boosts, Greg. If you go like those.
Oh,
are-
I see. Like
yeah.
this. Okay.
Like yeah, it's usually not worth it to buy the arms because you find those everywhere. But like things that are gonna.
Oh, so vitality and like this stuff.
Yeah, the stuff that's gonna make you live longer.
Oh, so like that's like a phoenix down and then like
Yeah,
gets
that's
to
a
res.
permanent additional block of health.
It's a Phoenix down.
Nice.
That's
I don't know. That's usually the way that I play these games. I just like make sure I have a lot of health and then I go through and beat the crap
Can't
out
die
of
if you have a lot of health.
And Brittany,
Yeah,
that
the
voice
big
is
brain
also
strats
from
right
South
there,
Park.
but,
Trey
like-
Parker does it's his promo voice in South Park.
Yeah, I got that, but I was like, do you do that? Was that required for TLC?
No, I
Or
just-
your,
Greg, do the voice.
They do the voice.
Greg Burke is just a regular VO.
Greg Burke wants to break into the film industry.
But
But what happens when he becomes bitter after having to churn out garbage for several
Like-
years? Record scratch.
I want Greg Burke.
The record
through
scratch
Hollywood
carried a
Star
record.
Wars.
Now he's yelling at all his friends about Star Wars and learning what love really means.
And how good the new Ghostbusters
This
movie
summer,
is.
Greg Burke is a carrot.
After Young Sheldon.
After Young Sheldon.
Greg Burke stops seeing movies and just reads their scripts now.
That way you can never be disappointed.
This is actually that's not a flawed idea. Actually, that's a good point. You can't.
Just read the script. The script is good. Don't watch it.
What
Probably
happens
won't.
when Greg Burke lies about seeing movies that haven't even been made?
Game over screen from there because he just died by a car.
No, you become the van. You play the van.
This isn't Transformers.
Greg Burke is the van.
Van coming July something.
Christine 2.
Christine 2 Van edition.
Deluxe edition.
everyone was minding their own
Let's see, look at
business,
this
but
guy.
suddenly
I remember this boss fight. The guy did very well on YouTube.
The guy did very well.
everyone was minding their own
I
business
remember
when
this
suddenly
video.
a Satan shows
Satan
up.
shows up. Satan's gonna find out that ruling Earth isn't all it's cracked up to be.
That's the thing. Like, I definitely encounter a lot of gameplay content throughout the year, so I watch a lot of games more than I play.
Yeah, bunch of-
This is a game that's great to look at.
He hates both humans
Yeah,
and architecture.
I enjoy watching it. It's visually good.
This is don't these like demons and like entities and ghosts realize that like he's like they're half angel and half demon and they like
No.
can't be like defeated like they.
Nope, they just see the guy jump 30 feet through
Right.
the air, dodging their attack, like, and making them look inefficient, and they're just like, okay, well, whatever, I'm still gonna beat you up.
This looks great. It's just lucky that Bayonetta 3 didn't come out this year. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about the Devil May Cry series.
So who would win in a fight, Bayonetta, Nero, or Dante?
What? I'm sorry, what's
Bayonetta.
that? What did Brittany say?
I said I'm glad that it wasn't out this year because then it would have been really hard for me to pick, a game of the year. I would have had to
Yeah.
choose between like 5 or 6 different things.
Yeah, Bayonetta 3.
RE2, Death Stranding,
Yeah.
Bayonetta. That'd be tough for you.
Having to pick between Dante and Bayonetta.
Super Mario Maker 2!
That was a little more like Bill Cosby, though.
Super Mario Maker 2! Sorry. I'll keep doing that.
I'm about to peace out. I gotta write this review at some point. So, are y'all doing anything? Are you gonna be here all night? Cause like
Pretty
this
much.
was
All
like
night.
4.
All night and some of tomorrow,
We're gonna try to do the
into
whole...
the AM.
Yeah, we're gonna. I think Control is up next after this. Or
Okay, I
Remnant.
like Control. I'm pretty sure I had it on my list, but it wasn't in my top 3.
Yeah, so we're gonna like... This is just us showcasing a bunch of games, right?
Game of the Year games.
Game of the Year games. And then... We're gonna vote, I think probably by Monday next week, right?
That's what I was gonna ask. How are we doing that? Because I know we aren't voting right now.
No.
Google form.
So yeah, we'll do a Google form thing that I'll set up, and it'll just be due on Monday next week.
This is a Tekken fight, Ozzy. He broke the floor to continue the combat.
So we have time. And like, if there's a game,
You think your holes can stop again? Do you think these holes can stop him?
Stop buzzing
This
around.
asshole killed me when I first played this game.
For sure.
And I didn't get to try again.
Yeah, I think having the weekend to like just try out a few things in longer form.
Oh, this isn't good.
Watch
This
out.
is not good.
He's turned it to suck.
That's the idea.
Oh, no.
Like, introduce people to
Don't suck.
He's sucking your leg.
Oh, it's...
He's about to suck you.
This was part of the PAX demo and I died and I didn't get to try again. I was like, oh.
Probably not gonna.
Damn you, trial and error gameplay.
I need still help.
What one that?
Now you've only got one
I'm
arm.
pretty sure it's on YouTube.
Used up all your arms, Greg.
You used up all your double arms.
Now you're.
There should be some on the battlefield. They're just all over the place.
Yeah. People just leave them around like trash.
Greg's pretty decent at the Devil May Cry game.
Early on in the game, because I missed one of the tooltips, I was just throwing away some of the double arms until I realized that you could cycle through some of them.
Is he gonna get the is he gonna get the S? Is he gonna get the S? We'll see.
He's gonna get a
The
D.
question is, will you get smoke and sex this time?
Look out, Greg. He's gonna do something.
Go ahead, I can stun him. I think if I do it... Oh, I thought if I went behind him...
Very proud of herself.
Hey, look, there's an arm.
You found an arm.
You found an arm.
No, you're not so disarmed.
No,
Oh,
no
that
S
was
for
bad.
Greg.
No, don't cheer that.
I did.
As far as dad jokes go.
Ooh, this man. That's deep
Oh.
dismal.
I can't remember if there's a dodge button.
Do you have any health?
I
Like,
think
do
B.
you have a health refill?
No, that's... Oh, that's like the stun button, I think.
Oh.
Oh,
I think
did
A
you die
is
or-
also a dodge.
I don't
if
know.
won.
I'm not sure. Did I win?
You won.
Did I win?
You won.
You defeated the Satan.
Defeated the great Satan.
You must not be defeated, though.
You didn't defeat the great Satan.
Did
you
he cry,
defeated
though?
a Satan.
Oh, darn.
Did he cry
He
though?
defeated
So,
a great
you played
Satan.
this? Yeah, Ozzy?
Whenever you finish this game, you
Ozzy
can
is
play
good.
as any of the characters that you want to in any level. So if you like playing as V, which played the same, was a lot different. You know, you do a lot of long range stuff with his beast characters. You could play the levels that you want to with just them.
Yeah.
That's the wizard, right?
That's Marilyn Manson. He just showed up to play a concert, and
He's like the dark side, we'll say.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Oh, we're getting into Kingdom Hearts. So he's a nobody, and Nero's the heartless. Is that how that works? Similar.
No, not
nah,
now.
he's
You know
just
what's-
on tour
You know what's
with
not
Nine
coming
Inch
up
Nails.
next? Kingdom Hearts 3.
I didn't pick that. I didn't even put that on my list. I liked it a lot.
I don't think anyone put it on your list.
Ultimately, I just forgot about it.
Oh.
I'm
Greg,
leaving
is
though.
it on
I
your
don't
list?
think
No.
Oh, you're on top, so it's near the bottom, but it's on my list.
It's on your list.
Dumb and tea.
No. David's like, I'm getting out of here.
I'm coming with you.
Amy likes it. I played it. I was
I'm
like,
coming
this
with
is
you. We're playing Kingdom Hearts. I'm out.
That's a wrap.
But David, you have to use your inner heart beam.
You know, I'm gonna see if my flight can be moved up.
You want to talk about games that have been memed on?
I don't like the number of Final Fantasy characters in Kingdom Hearts 3, which is the entire reason I was interested in Kingdom Hearts to start with so long ago.
Do they even have any in 3?
No. But supposedly they have some in the DLC,
Oh, okay.
which I have not watched. I did not watch it. I did not watch the leak trailer.
Brittany does not believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe you.
They fucked with me so much. Like, I was looking so much forward to seeing them in this and it's weren't in there, so I was really disappointed.
It's okay, Brittany. We got Frozen.
You joke, but that Frozen level was actually pretty good.
That's all apparently that mattered, is that we got Frozen in the game.
That was actually a good level. I
I
didn't
mean, I
mind
liked the
Frozen.
game. It was fun. It was forgettable, though.
I really hope that Cody
You really
Rhodes
gotta
and
let it go.
Can we pour one out for the Great Mouse Detective and how they didn't make it into any Kingdom Hearts game? I love it.
Mouse Detective was never gonna make it into a
So
game.
good.
Popular enough, man.
I mean,
I just watched that again recently. I'm
Okay, now
surprised
I'm
at how
going
dark
to
that is.
Yes.
did they do the Rescuers?
No.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I really hope
pretty
that
sure some mice get murdered in Great Mouse Detective.
Yes, it was straight up
Yeah.
murder in that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was back when murder was prevalent in children's films, though.
Yeah.
They weren't all soft.
Name a movie where someone didn't get murdered from your childhood.
Do you have any idea where that's been?
That's what I thought.
Do we count
Transformers.
accidental murder or
How's
like
Stella
murder
got her
murder?
group back?
12 murders. All of them ritualistic.
I really hope that Cody
That's how she
Rhodes
got
and
her
Adam
groove back.
Driver
It's
save
realistic
save the
murders.
world from the devil in time for the prom.
You're about to find out.
Time for control.
Yeah, becoming a senior isn't all it's cracked up to be.
Donovan, you haven't.
Josh, you
got
played?
it up.
Donovan's got the floor.
We got Donovan, you're up. All right.
Donovan, time for you to shop at Hot Topic.
Donovan may cry. If he doesn't
Donovan
get a
may
chance to
cry.
play DMC5.
Hot Topic per se. It's fun. It feels just like DMC. I mean, it all feels like all the DMC.
That boss battle was amazing.
So it feels good.
Don't return to the main menu.
That's
With the city in the grip of a full-scale invasion.
I'll live.
I have one question.
Are you sure?
What year did the very original Devil May Cry come out?
My wife's super pessimistic when it comes to like diseases and.
That's a good question.
Are we talking 90s, early 2000s?
I'll be fine.
Sure, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know.
I can still
I'm not gonna do that. Never mind.
2001.
2001, I'm shocked.
A Space Odyssey.
Okay. I would have put it like mid-90s. I said, what year did the very first Devil May Cry come out?
Where the villain didn't accidentally get murdered.
Oh yeah, she's my queen too, Brittany, and they're not on TeamSpeak anymore.
Yeah, but not anymore because there's like really no villain.
They changed the laws. Like, in the 90s, they changed it so children should have to have a point. They had to teach them
Morality.
That was part of the transcendence of like them they can't use real weapons anymore. You can't show them hating each other. I remember that was a big.
That's not a recent thing though. Remember how the 89
got,
girls
like,
couldn't use
the
their weapons?
Iron
No, but like
Man,
it got steadily
Thanos
worse. So
gauntlet.
like if you watch Batman animated series is a good example. He actually punches people in the face, but the Batman doesn't punch anybody in the face. You have to cut away or like cut to white or something. You can't show it. And all the guns can't look like guns. They have to look like fantasy laser pistols or water pistols.
That used to be G.I. Joe thing.
No, but
No,
look,
G.I. Joe used lasers, but that was because lasers.
Yeah.
I mean, it was the 80s. Everything was lasers.
But like I said, I'll do it again. The Batman animated series and the Batman. Just look at the cops' guns. They're like weird. They're super weird in the Batman.
They're all funky.
Yeah.
Was that because of gargoyles?
I don't know. Something sparked it though.
Yeah, there was a cartoon that sparked it. I think it was gargoyles.
It actually started in the 80s.
Oh, the gun
with Thundercats.
What?
Started with Thundercats in the
Well, it's because they were naked, right?
No. It was two things. Parents didn't want weapon-on-weapon violence. They also didn't want the show to be a glorified toy commercial. So every episode had to end with like a moral.
A PSA.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I remember the PSAs, but you could still. I mean, people still got killed in G.I. Joe. Like Duke. It was a Duke that got stabbed with the snake.
It wasn't exactly graphic. It was still a cartoon. Still a kid show.
Dude got stabbed in the heart with a snake staff.
Yeah, but he came back the next episode.
He was killed.
It's just a fantasy weapon.
Well, that was another one. No, he's dead. They killed off one G.I. Joe.
I remember the parody PSAs. Give him the steak, Joe.
Oh,
Give
yeah.
him the steak. Buy him massage machine. Go.
Pork chop sandwiches.
Do you remember the 80s Voltron where they super murder one of the Lions pilots?
Oh,
Yeah,
And that's kind of how things
the
kick
blue
off.
one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they changed it so he would just like went to another planet.
Or he was
Sven.
injured, or he was like super
It
injured,
was
right?
Sven. They called him Sven in the U.S. series.
But even in the U.S. series, they super murdered him, and or somebody had to take his place.
Yeah, the princess.
The princess takes his
The princess
place.
takes his place.
But they say that he like got injured and
He
off
ends
to
up
be
on
a
another
dictator.
planet.
Yeah.
Because he comes back near the end, at least in the U.S. version.
Like you're the Voltron guy
He
here,
does- he
so
does
I'll
come back.
trust it. Well, like you can.
As far as I remember.
Yeah, Sven did not get killed in the U.S. Voltron series. He did whatever his real name was, like Ichiro or whatever. He was killed in the Japanese series pretty early. And then the modern Voltron was actually really good.
I have not seen the modern Voltron, but I hear nothing but good things.
You would like it, Ozzy. You like all the things
Alright, move
I
out.
like, so
Yeah.
I think you'd like it. Yeah, we still need to talk DuckTales.
Yes.
Before.
Asif needs to watch DuckTales.
Yeah,
Super
finished.
Mario Maker 2!
You come and get it, fresh off the grill and into your mouth. You can't have a Mario Maker 2 without a Super Mario.
Super Mario Maker 2!
You, sir, you look like you're hungry for a Super Mario Maker 2. Why not try this one with relish and hot mustard? Wash it down with a bowl of spaghetti sauce. Just the sauce, no spaghetti.
You, sir. I've never met you before in my life. Am I right? That is correct. Super Mario Maker 2.
Alright, Super Mario Maker 2 changed my
Fire
life.
Bat, yeah.
Before I found Super Mario Maker 2, and that's gonna just be on a PC.
Yeah, we're getting into our PC segment.
Big PC chunk.
It's a nice chunk of really solid games with Control, Disco Elysium, The Outer Worlds.
Oh, Sam will be here for Disco Elysium.
Yeah.
You could have
Outer Wilds.
It is about Sam time.
Yeah, Sam wakes up around then. And then, Resident Evil Remake.
Whoop whoop.
Woo!
Alright. Are you gonna be awake for that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You need sleepy time, David?
That'll be after me.
I'm about ready for a nap.
I'm debating if I should take a nap.
I'm ready for the best
Everybody
burger
wants a
video games.
nap now.
What's that? Best burger video game.
Sounds like time to make a Dunkin' Donuts run or something.
Yeah, or Starbucks, another Starbucks one maybe.
Starbucks and Dunkin'.
I was gonna say, like, do you have a Dunkin' out here?
We have so many Dunkins.
Yeah, we went there the other
Honestly,
night.
we were surrounded. Just Google that shit. You got like
All right.
8 Dunkins around this place.
I got the best apple fritter
That's
the other night.
ridiculous. That was not an apple fritter.
They lied to you.
That was like some sort of weird.
It was a cooler. It was
They're
like
like,
a
this
cooler.
city boy will never know the difference.
Oh, snap, you're not kidding.
The thing has lava lasers.
There's like 8.
Yeah, I'm so
They're all
excited.
open 24
I
hours.
was like, oh,
Alright,
an apple
you're
fritter,
gonna eat
man.
'em.
And I pulled that out of the bag.
I'm gonna order 2 apple fritters.
No, there's a Dunkin' right around the corner,
Nice.
and then there's a Starbucks. You know, we went to
Will
earlier.
they serve you winter white chocolate? That's only, it's only seasonal, sir. We're all out of that flavor for the year.
Maybe.
Like, it's December. Like, winter's not over yet. Winter's just
Has
started.
winter
Winter
like started?
technically hasn't even started.
Yeah, let's see.
It starts December 20th.
That's like when we went to
Winter?
Starbucks earlier
Yeah.
to order. Well, you were there. Like she started going off about the Irish cold cream. Like she's like, oh, we don't have that, but you could get this and this and da 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 and mix all this together. And we're just like,
You should like, alright, fine, I'll have a Shamrock Shake.
It's not even our franchise, sir.
I like the combat.
Alright, fine. McRib.
I should have asked for a birthday cake, Frosty, from Wendy's. I've heard things about it.
Wait, where am I?
you didn't need to
Birthday
die.
cake.
Frosty. from
Yeah.
Wendy's.
Yeah. Do we need to get you one of those?
I don't know.
We were just
Frosties for
at
everyone.
Wendy's earlier today.
Everyone gets a frosty.
Close. I don't know, the Wendy's is right next to Starbucks. Everything is like 3 minutes away from
Everything
here.
is next to everything.
Like DoorDash, can you bring us Frosties without screwing that up?
No, I'm not trusting DoorDash again.
They
No,
will
they'll
be
take 45 minutes to get them here, and they'll be
cups of
no
milk.
food.
Cups of milk.
Around here.
Cups
Yeah.
of, they'll bring cups of milk and sprinkles.
How are you doing so far, Donovan?
Donovan
Good.
got the platformer section.
The combat's actually pretty fun. I like the combos. I was just like kind of just levitating in air,
Have
swinging
you
a
played a
sword.
Devil
and
May Cry
shooting
game
a
before,
gun.
Donovan?
Never in my life.
Oh, nice. Really?
No.
But you played games like this.
Yeah, I know. Just
No, I mean,
Devil May
that's
Cry.
probably why he hasn't played a lot.
We were just talking about it.
Yeah.
The first one came out in 2001.
It just
Yeah, he
I don't know.
was-
This kind
he
of falls
was
into a.
young
Is it the devil imagery?
I feel like I may cry if I try to go back and start at the beginning of this franchise and work my way all the way up
Hey,
to
Don,
the current.
a little trivia for you.
Mhm.
Devil May Cry started as the next Resident Evil. Capcom decided it was too different, so they
I could see that.
brought it out.
I can definitely see that.
Yeah, it is too different.
Yeah. It was one of like 3
But in a good
attempts
way.
at RE4. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
A really good one.
Thank God we ended up with RE4.
Oh, you telling me.
Thank God.
Is that up for Game of the
That's one of the bad ones, right?
Yeah,
Came out on
can it be
Switch
up
this year.
for Game of the Year? It did come
Oh,
out on
good
Switch.
You find yourself one of those platforms that
It
lets
was
you
bad.
grab on things.
It was basically
Yeah, the little
RE4.
freaking demon teeth shits.
And the other start of
Somewhere.
that building.
What the hell's going on here? Is there like a flood?
Over there, right?
Oh wait, yeah.
There was something here. I destroyed it.
It's saying Grim Grip. I don't know why that would matter, but it is easy to
If
use.
they're attacking target.
Everything different.
If it was just
You have
Leon's
to attack it first or
sword,
something. Maybe try shooting it first.
Why am I so
That'll do it.
stupid?
Ah, that's annoying.
Okay, hold on. I see what it wants me
You
to
have to
do.
attack each one when you do it.
Why is suffering my
I hate this game already.
What?
No.
You guys and your REs.
You have a
That was a dark day for Resident Evil. Like, 5
RE6
is like,
is bad.
what's happening with 5? What's happening with 6? I was never scared in 5.
You know what though? Like RE6 actually was kind of wake up call for the industry. Capcom said we only sold 6 million. I'm like, oh, only. Like, in the early 2000s, that would have been like gangbusters. You know, 6 million.
See? Game of the year. Celebration.
Finally.
You did it.
Hey Phil, can we change the Resident Evil 2? When it wins, you have to switch it out.
No.
No.
You should do RE2 Super Mario Maker mashup.
We'll do a better.
There's Mr. X peering in.
Yeah. No, like you know, the
Mr.
year of
X
the
playing
game
Mario
stuff.
Maker 2.
Have you seen our year of the game stuff?
Oh yeah, we did that last year.
Some demon trees and clots of blood. Ew.
Destroy them clots to get them orbs.
I will.
You want them orbs, don't you?
Cutscene.
See? So Spider-Man. Let's probably do something like this.
Did Joe do that?
Yeah, Joe did this.
That's great.
We'll probably do something like this.
Very nice.
Gorgeous. Ooh, buddy. It's like something out of a Guillermo del Toro film.
They'll probably Norman Reedus.
RFP, we did that. He doesn't want anything.
Sorry, man.
But, because it's the week you said this, because it was
That's basically.
We were talking about it.
That's on brand.
It's
I love the Weech, but that's on brand.
Like Luigi not getting an award is the most on-brand thing ever.
It really is.
If it were Mario's Mansion, it would be like, this is the most innovative prequel of all time.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, did you like my game?
No, 6 out of 10. Can't jump.
Mario's Mansion.
We love your innovation, Blue Mario.
Amazing.
Oh yeah.
Mario.
What? Oh, they bring back Flood instead of whatever it's called. Yeah.
Very good, Luigi. We're gonna put your game right on the fridge, right here.
Professors keep going.
Oh boy, I got the man Mario.
And I love Mario so much. Flood, like,
My favorite thing about
why is the Super Soaker talking to me? What?
Super Soaker.
No.
Sunshine?
Oh, did you like it too strong?
Wow, Luigi.
You gave me the strong shit.
Oh boy.
Oh, wow.
Here we go.
That's why he gets locked up, because he's like high in the
I
town
just
center
love it
square.
in Luigi's
He had some
Mansion.
mushrooms.
where
He's
he's-
cleaning up
Can you
cake.
go
There's
down
no
the
paint
hallway?
Mario.
Oh God, it looks like I would have to pants around here.
That's it, like,
Oh, you son of a
Committed, and he's
bitch.
like the thousand years. I told you, it was a deal. It was a deal.
There's that that you must
He's dead.
Oh, did you get him?
Sure is.
Give.
Well, it's not well vented. That's no bigger.
That's like
That's awesome. Goes Lola is
not
not well ventilated.
Is that because like there's something pushing up against her esophagus?
throat,
Right?
Is it chronic?
Yeah. It's congenital.
It's like Greg yesterday.
congenital.
Who has a respiratory problem?
Yes, I said. She said fine. She was happy. She's wagging her tail. She knows.
You're so mean, Greg. You're so mean.
Some breeds are just born half dead. I had a bulldog for a roommate in college.
No one knows what meat
We
is.
had to sit him up.
Crabs from downtown.
Yeah, no, seriously, bulldogs, like, they'll drown in their own
Yeah.
food.
We had to sit him up in a recliner with a special belt we made so he would stay upright during the night and not die, and he would just sleep in a recliner.
Wow.
all night.
I mean, like, bulldogs are, because they're just, they can't breathe.
Born suffering.
They think that
really
inbred to
struggle
look a
to
certain
breathe.
way. Dogs are supposed to have snouts like a wolf.
Yep.
But is this common?
When you shrink the snout, they breathe bad. All
Dogs have
breeds with
left trachea
snub
probably.
snouts breathe bad.
Yeah.
Science lesson for this 12 hours.
Sorry.
Is it 12
Carl
hours?
is a good dog, though. He'll eat chicken nuggets.
More than 12.
I don't know, probably, but I mean, when did you start?
Like 2
days ago.
No, we started.
Around 1 p.m.
Yeah, there you go.
Thank you, crap.
Can't believe I shaved my legs for this.
Oh wow, I can't believe you did that either.
I'm glad you did.
I would like
But you stopped at the thigh.
I would like
Otherwise,
to secure
No, I stopped at the hog.
God, you just sold me. I'm changing my argument.
The
people's
Based on this,
elbow.
on this fictional hypothetical deal.
Beer.
I want a Sekiro fighting game.
I would have played
Listen, do you have the Valve Index in the office?
The Valve Index was up 30 points today. Oh, yes, I do. Yeah, it's not set up, though. No.
That's
Need
going
you
home
to
with me.
force the staff to wear it and also attach a wheel to the desk and play Dirt Rally.
That'd be cool.
He said that's his game of the year argument. It's Dirt Rally and
Dirt Rally and VR.
with the
That
wheel.
VR game is not winning game
with
of the
the
year. Sorry,
wheel.
Krabs.
It's also a regular game.
Yeah, but your whole argument is built around VR, and it's just not happening.
Wait, Dirt Rally's your game of the year?
If you
In
play it
VR.
with the VR.
Only if you play it in
With the
VR.
wheel, you have to get the wheel.
It was a 9 of 10 with a controller on my screen. If I added VR and a wheel to it, it's a 10.
Interesting. So you're talking about, like, just how immersive it is, basically. Do you have a pedal setup, or is it just a steering wheel?
Well, yeah, you need the pedals too and the shifter.
That's a lot of work.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, well, life is tough. You guys are willing to spend 96 hours delivering packages across Iceland and talking
Yes,
about how
they
it makes
are.
you feel inside your heart, and you won't drive a car for 5 minutes.
Yes, that's true. They are.
$60,
$5,000.
$60, $5,000.
Shit, that's your
Wait.
game of the year.
Oh God.
what kind of car are we talking about? Yeah.
Multiple kinds of cars made by Asian and European companies and a few Ford Focuses.
Uh-oh, spooky art.
I don't recommend doing the Group B cars unless you want to vomit.
I do want to vomit.
They outlawed them in real life because the drivers kept dying.
Death Scissors, maybe?
Death Scissors.
Gotta make it take on Death Scissors. I'm good.
Wait, I'm afraid of Death Scissors.
This is another name for Death Stranding.
Not Death Scissors. A game by Hideo Kojima.
It's like playing Resident Evil 7 and saying, well, you can't count how it plays in VR. Well, that would
Hey,
never be
man.
cool.
Devil May Cry 5 Best Scissors game.
Also, y'all should be playing this at 120 Hz with HDR.
But this game right here, I can tell the difference. I know what that means, Krabs.
He's not wrong.
God, you're right. I'll just go and spend my
sorry.
entire paycheck buying computer parts and
You
new
don't have to.
monitors.
You have the hardware in the office now.
We had Devil May Cry for free on Xbox One X, though.
Well,
Game Pass.
Get away from me, Dr. Scissors.
Do you understand, Krabs?
Understand what I'm trying to convey.
Please
I
understand.
can't please understand.
Next year.
Chris, is that, I just sent you a picture, is that the setup you have at your house? Is it like similar? I
Nope.
just sent it. It's a racing setup.
No, it's just my monitor and my desk, but the wheel has a clamp that you screw into the underside of the desk that holds it together, and it has a bracket that holds the shifter.
Okay.
I don't believe in surround sound, ultra wide screens. I think that's ridiculous.
Does anyone else need to play?
I played it.
I mean, if you got a VR headset, you're already there. You know?
It's just me.
Let's
Okay.
get Josh in there. And then you can start to prep control.
Although I missed 16 by 10 monitors.
Yeah, let me jump over there. Thank you. Just need musical chairs all night.
The new Digital Foundry video says everybody should throw away their LCDs and try to find old CRTs because they're dangerous.
Where's control going?
Poorly done. Poorly ventilated. Quit making fun of dudes.
If a game can induce a
Making fun of
physical
dudes.
response
know.
out of your body, it must be pretty
They're like they're
They're
like almost like
monsters.
fat shaming a puppy.
I'm not.
Greg basically.
Of all
is.
things to fat shame. You know what? Greg.
Greg is basically fat
Greg-
shaming a dog.
Greg is fat shaming a dog.
He is basically
But you know
fat
what, though?
shaming a dog.
You know what though? I imagine Greg is the type of person that wakes up in the morning sometimes, goes in the bathroom, looks in the mirror. He's perfectly fine, but sits there and goes, "You've really gained some weight today."
No, I go, you're better than this, and you're gonna win today.
You know what? That makes sense too.
And then he calls his cat fat.
Well, so no, this is an interesting story.
Leave
That's-
Nessie out of this, Greg.
This is an interesting story. So when cats get older, people think they get fat, but the thing is they have this huge like sack underneath their belly, but it's not fat. It's so as they get slower, it's so predators can't grab them. Because if you try to grab it, you kind of slip to it. I was thinking she was getting fat, and I googled that. Fun
Poor
fact.
John wants to know what he walked
It was
into.
like,
This is
Benji,
the
who's my
biggest
fat little
pile
kitty?
of hog
What do you
walnup
have
I've
in
ever
there?
heard in my life.
The best.
You're 12.
My product of evolution.
That sounds like an old deep South lifestyle. That's just pure garbage.
Who's the boss?
Nice the evolving kitty.
Who's the boss?
Unsubscribing to
Who's
cat
elderly
facts.
and has a sack?
I agree. Greg's cat facts are completely suspect.
Let me
It's just a little genetic mix.
Who is created in the lab? Who is created in a lab?
He's horrible.
Can we get a new video guy?
He's just terrible.
Can we get a new video guy?
He loves you.
You made her feel bad.
Hola.
You literally made her feel bad.
Way to go, Greg. You made a dog feel bad.
Greg burnt the video.
I don't know. I see the tail wagging. I don't know.
Hey! Hammer Suit coming in with the
Oh, we're
one
the
bit.
Xbox.
Hammer Suit says, "Don't fat shame dogs, Greg."
Hi, JB.
Oh, JP's
There's a USB cable plugged
Yeah.
into the front of
Hey,
the
James.
Xbox One X. Can you unplug it? It's behind the computer. Yeah. It's on the front.
Fighting this sardine.
Yeah, what am I fighting right now?
It's been on Airway since like we played 2 games.
Oh, you jumped right into a boss battle.
Yeah, I got thrown. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. I really don't even know what I'm playing, but here we are. You know?
Yeah, no, just show me.
I'm gonna do my best, Grabs. I hope it's fine. If I die, I die. We'll see.
Might as well just play in fight.
You know?
Well, when we're done, we'll just plug back to start.
Wait, people are gonna play that with a controller?
We can.
That's disgusting.
Okay, you can play it with keyboard and mouse.
I will play with keyboard and mouse, yeah.
I'm just, it's there.
No, yeah, no.
In case people want it.
Absolutely.
Play with keyboard and mouse. Control.
Control's apparently a keyboard and mouse game.
I mean, I would play with keyboard and mouse on my
It's a third-person shooter.
I play Red Dead with keyboard and mouse. I played GTA with keyboard and mouse.
Play Rocket League with keyboard and mouse.
I did, yeah.
There's no reason not to play Red Dead with a controller because the game has such insane input lag built in that it doesn't make any difference.
Do you think it's gonna be good on Stadia?
Oh god. I love Stadia.
Ironically.
I love Stadia.
I hope that EVO 2021 forces the people to play Street Fighter 5.
Yeah, tune in tonight. Tonight after Super Mario Maker.
Cover the riots.
I really
thought Xbox 360 was bad.
I really don't even know what I'm doing here. I'm just pressing buttons.
That's
kind of
that's
what-
how you play this game.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think it matters how you guys play Control because I guess like Death Stranding, it's not one of those that you're going to be able to make a hard sell from
Yeah.
the 15-minute checkout outside of the graphical presentation.
It's gameplay
you guys are
mechanics.
running it on console.
Yeah, we're running it on a Nintendo Switch.
It might actually run better than the PlayStation version.
No, it's on one of the Beast computers.
I can't wait for 2026 when a computer fast enough to run on Max comes out.
Oh, this is doing
Yeah, I don't know how to
something
do any of this.
Hold RB and hit circle. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
Right bumper and
There you go.
Okay.
That was something that showed Donovan how to do, but that
Yeah,
was like way
yeah.
before.
But you know,
That looked like it hurt.
it did hurt.
It exploded.
I like to let you know it did hurt.
Shacknews, it sets you up to fail.
Poorly ventilated dog.
Oh, now he's acting as a doer. Now him, this insufferable jerk.
I think my wife does, whenever she sees pictures, she goes, "Oh my god, just shoot him!" That's what she says every single time I see a picture. She screams right in my ear. She always comes to my computer when he puts a Slack picture every time.
Well,
Every time.
you deserve it.
When he told her fat to her face, Lola realized it might be time for a makeover. This week, after shit, after young children.
You guys are all wrong.
You guys are all terrible.
You're all terrible people.
I died. I've seen enough.
Josh,
it's
you
fun.
Like, I play on a keyboard and mouse.
You
You gotta
said
say,
I've
I
seen
need
enough.
It's fun. It's fun, but I've seen enough. Like it's fun.
Do you want
I've
to
seen
click on
enough.
Yeah.
control for me?
No, get it away.
You want camera only first or straight to control?
Yeah, we can go camera
Don't
only.
waste his orbs.
All right.
Okay, we're back.
Yeah, I'm not wasting my orbs. Sorry.
That was Devil May Cry 5.
Look at that. It's a lot of fun. It's very fast paced.
Nero's dead. The devil's won.
But it's definitely one that if you don't know what you're doing,
you may cry.
You may cry. You may cry. You're
So-
right, Blake. You may cry.
If I have to sit through another minute of that.